And 1 second, hon. 1 second, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, elves, zebras, gypsies, and fairies, to another episode. So I'm going to talk about two things today. One are the crazies, and two, Fatworks. And Fatworks. Buffalo tallow. That's what the original stuff was really made out of, buffalo. Actually, it was made out of buffalo fat, or tallow, and buffalo meat. But buffalo meat would be expensive here, and expensive during our day and time. So the first thing, the crazies, the Keene Fascist, there's this particular person's account that they have hacked in the past, and they hacked it again, or they haven't been unhacked, or whatever you want to call it. So I wanted to see if they were still using the account, so I went ahead and said some gross, nasty things to that person. What was it, last night? And first of all, that person would never talk to me again. So that in and of itself. Second, that person never called me by that name. And I can go on, but I know it's you guys. I mean, who else is it going to be? So there's something seriously wrong with you guys. Okay, that took less than 2 minutes. Fatworks. This is pure tallow, premium cooking oil made with 100% grass-fed beef. And this smaller jar, I thought it was actually going to be smaller than it is. It's more than half the size. Look at that. This is premium buffalo tallow, premium cooking oil, 100% grass-fed, pastured buffalo. Limited edition, by the way. I don't have the things to make pemmican with today, and I may not have the things to make pemmican with this month, but I will be making more pemmican. This time I'll be doing it differently than I did before. I'll be using more meat because I wound up with a layer of fat and nothing else but just fat about that thick. So what I want to do, they have these $5 or $6 steaks you can buy at the market, at the grocery store. And I was thinking I'd buy 2, 3, 4 of those, and I would freeze it first, and then I would take the frozen meat out and I would cut it thin, put it on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven at about 150, 200 degrees. You don't want it to burn, but you want it to get nice and dry because you don't want moisture in it. And then you take that and you put it in the blender. If need be, you put it back on the cookie sheet and cook it a little more. Make sure you get something that's very lean. You don't want fat if you can help it. And then you mix. And I looked up the nutritional value of nuts. You don't have to put nuts in it, but I do. And John, you want to say hi to the world? Hey, hi world. Yeah. Look at me. John said, look at me. Uh-oh, you hear something. So anyway, I looked up the nutritional value of nuts, and what I came up with is pecans and pistachios. So I plan on putting, next time I make some, I'm going to put pecans and pistachios in the pemmican. I will try and remember to provide a link to Fatworks. I will provide 2 links to 2 sources of Fatworks products. And by the way, these are antler buttons. These are considered medium size or quarter size. What I want to do is order some $half size or large and use that for the collar button, and use these for the cuff buttons right here. So we're probably going to just use beef. I will probably use beef, pecans, and pistachios mixed with this. What I want to do is get 2 more of these, at least, and at least 1 more of these. This is thunder fat, because the buffalo is the thunder animal. This cost just as much as this did. I think there was $1 difference in the price. But I didn't realize that it was as much in there as there is. They also sell, Fatworks also sells ghee, but we might be able to make ghee. You can't smell it, but you can see it. One of my beard hairs. But what I want to do when I make my pemmican, by the way, this doesn't have to be refrigerated, is I want to separate my pemmican. The first batch I made using the beef tallow, then a second batch, and then a third batch, which would be the buffalo. So I also got this in. This came from Track of the Wolf, and oh, and by the way, to those fascists, I'm not a mountain man, I'm a long hunter. Anyway, this is a loading block. What I've been doing is I've been putting this mink tallow on it, just a little at a time. That's 8 ounces, but look how big that can is. So it must be light stuff. And this is my loading block, the 50 caliber loading block. And I've been just putting a light coating of tallow on, or of oil, mink oil on here. This will hang from my neck, so when I go to load, this is called a short starter. I would simply, you take that piece right there and set it, and take that, and you would, and then you would take your ramrod out and use your ramrod. So I'm surprised these are as expensive as they are, that they are. And I ran out of a roll of this stuff, so I have to get another roll, but I don't have anything to roll it with, so I don't need that right now.